When working with metal clay, sooner or later you will come to a point that some designs are not working out as you wanted, or some connection might not be as stable as you thought and it breaks, or the whole piece breaks. And in most cases when this happens, it's not really feasible to repair the thing. So what do? Don't worry, there's a solution for that. And the great thing about metal clay is that you can recycle everything that is not yet fired. In this video I will show you how to reconstitute metal clay. This is valid for any type of metal clay, whether you're using silver clay, copper clay, brass clay, whatever you're using, you can use this method to recycle your clay. So let's get into it. Hi, my name is Shanta from Akonitune. Great that you're here. The reconstitution of metal clay is mainly done in 3 steps: hydration, incubation, and homogenization. We will go through all steps together. One crucial thing from the beginning: if you have bigger pieces that you can reconstitute, bigger pieces like these, or even bigger ones, don't grind them down or break them or whatever, as long as they're flat. The more flat they are, the better it is. But even if you have things made from molds or something, just leave them as they are, because it's much easier to reconstitute these bigger pieces compared to when you have powdered stuff. I will cover reconstitution of powdered metal clay in an upcoming video. This is some copper clay scrap that I want to recycle. I had already started rehydrating some bigger pieces in cling wrap, so I will just add additional scraps to these. Then I take a spray bottle filled with distilled water and add a few spritzes to the clay. It should not swim. Of course, the amount of water added depends on the amount of clay that you want to hydrate. Don't add too much. By wrapping the clay just roughly after each spritz, I can distribute the water a bit better, and we can see if the water can be absorbed fully by the clay. If everything is wetted well, you can wrap the clay with the cling wrap. Then we send this for incubation into an empty marmalade glass. I have added several sponges which I have wetted to generate a nice humid environment. This is also how I store my metal clay, preventing it from drying out. However, when you store it longer there, you should open the glass from time to time, especially when you can see drops on the walls, to prevent mold formation. Close the lid and let it incubate overnight. Now is the next day. Let's check how our clay looks today. I think it already looks quite good. I squeeze it a little bit together to check if everything has been hydrated or if there are still any solid clumps in it. But this looks good. Now we can homogenize it to ensure even metal and binder distribution. There are different possibilities how to do it, and all of them will be a little bit messy. The first one is to leave your clay in the cling wrap and homogenize it there. This works well, and it's easy to release the clay from it. The disadvantage is that the cling wrap is very thin, and if you have any clumps in it, it may cause holes in it, which can make it a little bit messy. You can also use freezer bags or some document protection covers. In this case, I would strongly suggest to put a very thin film of olive oil to the area where you roll the clay. Avoid adding too much, because we don't want too much oil in the clay. I find it quite difficult in any case to get the clay out of the document protection covers, even though rolling out the clay between them is a dream. To get the clay out, you can use your fingers, but they should be oiled with olive oil definitely. I forgot to oil my fingers here, and you can see that the clay sticks everywhere. If you have a scraper, you can also use this to scrape the clay together. I'm using a blunt knife after my fingers were covered in clay, which you want to avoid, especially when you're working with silver clay. You see, after the removal of the clay, there is still clay on the covers. This is no problem, just let it dry overnight, wiggle the covers a little bit, and use the dried flakes to create paste from it. This works wonderful for copper and brass because they dissolve clump-free in your water or paste. When you use silver clay, I would recommend to grind the flakes and put them through a sieve before making paste of it. Find the method that works best for you, whether it's cling wrap, freezer bags, or document protection, or a mixture of them. In any case, after you retrieved your clay from your foil, wrap it up again and incubate it for another night in the marmalade glass with sponges. On the next day, you will have your wonderful fresh clay back and it's ready to be used in your next wonderful design. Please let me know in the comments what is your favorite method to homogenize your metal clay. Please give me a thumbs up if you liked this video and subscribe for more content. Thanks for tuning in and your support. And see you next time on Akoni Tune. Bye.